This too, on what she says, would attract serious punishment.
It should be reported to the NJC and necessary action will be taken. It is not fair, even on the judiciary, when these allegations are made and nothing is done to substantiate them or to follow up on them.
You, God don't catch you. You are alive or people say you go meet person for kiwi. I'm a little there. Whoa, you are finished.
Bobrisky has, however, denied all the allegations in a post on Instagram on Wednesday, saying that the audio recording is fake.
All right. So in respect to what Falz the bad guy posted, a letter that says I should retract my statement and I should apologize for defaming him. First of all, before Falz posted that, Seun Kuti called me and he said, VeryDarkMan, I just finished speaking with Falz the bad guy. I want you to call him. I'll send you his number. I want you to call him so that you guys can talk. You know, and I said, Egbon, I don't want to talk to Falz.
We also know other skeletal Indomie activities that went on in that place.
On fire.
So please, VeryDarkMan, I know you get to the end of the matter.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News. The case of VDN, Falz the bad guy, his father, Bobrisky, EFCC, and the Water Agency all are getting more interesting in Nigeria's social space. Now, it makes news headline. Arise TV News talks about it. I will be giving you guys the video. But have you guys heard that all the controllers that are involved in that case, including the civil service, fire service, all of them that are involved, I think about 10 of them, was arrested, detained. They took their uniform and their badge so that they will launch a full scale of investigation. I want you guys to watch how Arise TV News make their own analysis about this case of Falz the bad guy, how he's reacting to it, and the impact and effect of him, what he's about to do. We'll be right back to do some messages to it.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the Nigerian Correctional Service have been implicated in a bribery scandal that has set social media abuzz on Tuesday. A social media influencer who goes by the name VeryDarkMan posted a video which revealed an audio recording allegedly made by popular cross-dresser Bobrisky, saying that he had bribed some officials of the anti-graft agency with 15 million naira to drop the money laundering charges against him before he was sentenced to 6 months in prison on April 12th for abusing the naira. Bobrisky also allegedly claimed in the audio recording that he never spent a night in prison and that Femi Falana, a senior advocate of Nigeria and the father of popular musician Falz, was hired to secure a presidential pardon for him in exchange for 10 million naira. Bobrisky has, however, denied all the allegations in a post on Instagram on Wednesday, saying that the audio recording is fake.
You know, I was on my way to the prison, then my godfather called me and said, "You will not enter that prison, don't worry. Let me make arrangements for an apartment close to the prison that is going to call the controller in that's overall in Nigeria and Abuja, and I will talk to them. They shall talk before I come back, then I took me to one apartment that I must not come out till I finish my sentence. That the Oga said they should come out. The Oga said they should come and keep me here. That I mustn't go like enter data, but nobody should know that I'm not there.
Yes.
You know. So they said the guy will collect money.
All right. I mean, this has caused a lot of frenzy on social media. There's the person that they said was implicated, Haliru Naba, who's the Controller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service. That was one of the names that was called in that audio recording. Again, it's still an allegation. Well, VeryDarkMan's post, which has since gone viral, has caught the attention of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the Ministry of Interior. Both agencies have ordered an immediate investigation into the allegations. The post has also caught the attention of Falz, who on Wednesday demanded a 24-hour retraction from VeryDarkMan for defamation after he claimed that Falz may have been complicit in the scandal and also questioned his sexual orientation. All right. Of course, we know that Falz is the son of a senior advocate. He's already gone to social media to post his retraction demand from VeryDarkMan. If I can read some of the excerpts of that letter. Let me pull that up. To set the record straight, our client never at any point initiated a conversation with Mrs. Idris or Mr. Idris Okuneye. Our client has documentary evidence that Mr. Idris was in fact the one who initiated a call. Specifically, on the 4th of May 2024, Mr. Idris, aka Bobrisky, contacted our client requesting a phone conversation with him. Our client obliged, having knowledge of the Naira abuse charges levied against him and genuinely believing he might require legal advice. Mr. Idris, aka Bobrisky, called shortly after, but instead of soliciting legal advice, stated that he was in distress and needed financial assistance of about 3 million naira, which he claimed he needed to pay some officials to be permitted to stay in the VIP section of the correctional center. In the letter, Falana asked for a public apology to be published across all platforms where the false defamation was disseminated. The letter added that there should be a retraction and apology to be issued within 24 hours or would pursue legal actions, including claims for monetary damages. There was another statement that was in that letter, which was the main defamation. Falz had said, without contacting our client, you went ahead, that is VeryDarkMan, to publish a careless statement containing multiple allegations, including an insinuation that our client is involved in a homosexual affair and intended to get a presidential pardon for Mr. Idris Okuneye. Very dark man, violent. He has actually responded, Ayo. I watched his post, I believe it was on YouTube, and he talked about the fact that, you know, he did not accuse Falz of anything, but you heard in that video, if you all heard that video clip, he did insinuate that Falz may have been homosexual. But I think the big story here is the accusation, really, of the EFCC officials and the Nigerian Correctional Facility. I would like to start with Dr. Abati, really, on this conversation.
Okay, I mean, this is a very disturbing thing.
Yeah.
The first point we must admit is that all the parties involved have been saying, oh, I didn't say this, I didn't say that. First, social media interaction, electronic interaction, that's what we have seen. First, to establish that people must know that what you do on a phone or internet or computer and all that, the evidence is admissible in law in Nigeria. Section 84 of the Evidence Act of 2011, and also Section 258 of the Evidence Act. And also, we have the book on electronic evidence in Nigeria. One of the authorities that I know is that of Justice Alaba Ajileye. So nobody should say, oh, it's not my voice, it's this and that. The court can admit the evidence and investigate it. That's number one. Number two is that VeryDarkMan, I think his name is Essay, Victor Essay. He has said, oh, is it Martins? Martins Essay, whatever. That, oh, he didn't say those things. He just asked a question that his Falz also. No, there's something in law called innuendo.
Absolutely.
If you just make any unnecessary innuendo that is defamatory per se, you can be called to question. And it is on the basis of that that counsel to Falz, that's Mr. Falano Jr., you know, Falano, has said there should be a retraction. What he has said, you know, through his lawyer, Dejade Yonju, that, oh, he didn't say so. Well, he will have, if Falano decides to go to court, you know, he will have to go and defend himself. Yes. Number three, he also alleged that Femi Falana, SAN, you know, was involved in this attempt to procure pardon. In terms of the implication for the justice administration system in Nigeria, that's a very serious matter. Yeah. In that same video, there was evidence, you know, the allusion that Bobrisky, his name is Okuneye, Idris Okuneye, was said to have been sentenced to prison. First, that he procured the reduction of the charges.
Yes.
And second, that a certain godfather intervened, and instead of going to prison, they paid a certain controller general, and he stayed in a flat. These are very disturbing things about the justice system in Nigeria. But I've seen people who say anything is possible here. After all, we were in this country when a certain person, who shall remain nameless, was in prison, and his wife, he impregnated his wife from prison. And in fact, there was a naming ceremony while he was still in prison. Yeah. How did he get to a position where he impregnated his wife?
Immaculate conception.
Immaculate conception. You know, this is where I want you to come in, Rufai, really quickly, because this is the bigger conversation. The fact that, you know, our prison system, you know, allegedly so porous. I mean, if you had seen some reports from FIJ, Fushayo Soyombo, he had posted different, you know, there was a time he spent in jail. He went undercover, and he did reveal damning evidence about the fact that our prison system is like this.
So that report is out there, and the question is, what will the Minister of Interior do? So generally, he has said that they will order an investigation. We'll see the outcome of that investigation. There are some investigations we're waiting. We're also waiting for the EFCC as regards to 15 million that was said to be given to some EFCC officials to be able to give them, you know, to be able to drop those charges of money laundering. Yes. Because all of us too were surprised when that thing happened, because all of a sudden it was money laundering charges plus Naira flunking. Yes. Then all of a sudden money laundering dropped. Then it was just only Naira flunking before it went in for this. Then also, we will have to have investigations deeply, because we've heard a lot of complaints, especially as regards the prison service, what goes on there. In fact, we've had like 2 people bring letters officially that I have sent to the minister himself as regards the state of our prison and what is really going on there. So we'd like to get to the end of the matter. As regards the VeryDarkMan revelation, if Bobrisky is saying that he didn't say all those things, I think we also need to have a private investigation where we subject Bobrisky's voice to forensics.
Yes, because there is
so that
AI.
We can get so that we can get a full forensic outlook as regards what happened. And as regards Falz writing that letter saying they should retract, you know, when you look at VeryDarkMan's what's it called expose, there were some things he needed to have been careful on. I think just playing the audio will have been adequate. A lot of mistakes were made in the analysis, where he went ahead to cast aspersion and say, oh, this person is defending this person, so they shouldn't go that way. Like Dr. Wati said, he left room for innuendos there. Because when you read Falz's rebuttal, he now gave a full context to the conversation, saying that they were even telling them that you don't need to pay for any pardon.
No, not for any pardon, for the VIP section. The only conversation they had was a 3 million naira conversation.
Whatever. So he gave VIP. Some clarity as regards the context in that matter. But all of this too is not ending, because you know all of this really started because of money. The person that released that audio to VeryDarkMan was being owed money by Bobrisky. And the money has been paid. And VeryDarkMan says he's not going to release the audio.
Wait, has the money been paid?
Yes, the money has been paid, 4 million naira. Yes, he showed the update. In fact, Bobrisky was calling the person and was even willing to pay. So the money has been paid. I think to get to the nitty-gritty of this matter, because me, I love Wawulens. VeryDarkMan said more names were mentioned in the part B of the audio. VeryDarkMan, we beg you, with everything we owe, for the integrity and the safety and the love we have for this country, you must release that part 2 of that audio.
We need it.
We need it. Absolutely. We need to be able to hear more names. We need to be able to get to the end of this matter. Maybe in that part 2, we will know the godfather that procured the flat apartments.
That
called the controller. Maybe we will also know other skeletal Indomie activities that went on in that place.
On fire.
So please, VeryDarkMan, I know you get to the end of the matter.
Except it's just for Wawulens. When the information comes out, what will happen?
Investigation.
That's what I'm saying.
Literally, See,
hold on.
I take this matter now.
No, I agree
because
with
it's a
you.
state matter. We need to get to the end of it.
The reason I said that is because, like Dr. Bati cited, this is not the first time we have heard or seen or that we know that things untoward are happening in the prison service.
Yes, that's the main point.
Fisayo Shoyombo he went in at the risk of his life. What happened?
Yes,
what will just happen is it will be social media sensation for a few weeks.
Well, I hope not.
I'm just saying, what has happened in the past?
Well, I hope not.
But because names have been, that's what I'm saying is that people say, oh my goodness, did you hear? How many times have exposés been done and nothing has happened? But let me just say something. The spirit behind this as well, and I was going to clarify that. Recall that the reason why he released this audio in the first place was almost tantamount to blackmail of Bobrisky. That's another angle, because he told Bobrisky that if you don't pay me the money, I will release. And then he recorded that audio without the knowledge, I want to assume, of Bobrisky. So there's another thing around there as well, on the side of Bobrisky, that there's blackmail elements there.
But we can only say that because Bobrisky has denied the audio. We can only say that
if it is
confirmed.
He's the one. So I'm giving you a way out,
If it's confirmed by forensic expert, that's actually Bobrisky's audio. Then we'll now go into privacy laws.
Yes, exactly.
Because that one too, we cannot, because people also do it in our country. You have conversation and they record your conversation.
Yes, okay, well, all right.
Only a court of law can determine
all of this. I want to say so that we can end.
Made one point too, that justice in this country will seem to be only for the rich people, that the poor do not have access to justice at a theoretical level. But access to justice is an important point.
Absolutely. Talking about
the legal issues, the dramatist personnel there can sort it out, including the public officials that have been mentioned using their positions to trade.
All right, talking about justice is going to lead me to my next story. We all have to sum this up. Bobrisky, who is in the center of the story, has denied all allegations at this point. So we are not accusing anybody on the show, but we need to reveal this investigation. Such a big story. We'll follow up on it.
My own in all of this is that EFCC is still insisting that they will be the one to investigate themselves. This whole case is going to be tough because now that it's in public space, everybody eyes. We know that the Nigerian judicial system is corrupt, but let's also see this because we will add this to their library so that everybody will know that, okay, if in case you are counting the public persecution that they cover up, we will add this to it, like that of the INEC, how the judicial helped the president to become president, stop people mandates, and that of Mohbad, how the judicial tried to cover it up till the very date, and that of Nnamdi Kanu, how the judicial have been compromised. We will add this to their list so that the world will know that judicial is really, really corrupt. Now, a lot of people might be wondering, just as you saw in that video, Falz the bad guy is using this whole case to tie himself, because definitely if investigation is to be launched, that voice and that call, everybody knows that it is you. There's no atom of it or alleged, but people are just calling it alleged because of the reputation of your father. That's why they're trying to clean up your name from it. But the way you are taking it now, you want to prove to Nigerians that, oh, you are Falz the bad guy, the son of Femi Falana, the senior advocate and activist of Nigeria. But at the end of the day, this thing you are trying to do, for me, if I was Falz the bad guy, it's just to call VDM and I say, okay, I have a guy, you know I'm a star, please, all these things you are trying to do will affect my career. But however, this is what actually happened, and this is why I decided to help Bobrisky and all of that. But instead, in all of this, he said, as long that VDM called him homosexual, for that reason, he's going to sue VDM. Or VDM should make a public apology and all of that. This is what VDM have to say after that tweet of Falz the bad guy, and we'll be right back to do some messages to it.
All right. So in respect to what Falz the bad guy posted, a letter that says I should retract my statement and I should apologize for defaming him. First of all, before Falz posted that, Seun Kuti called me and he said, VeryDarkMan, I just finished speaking with Falz the bad guy. I want you to call him. I'll send you his number. I want you to call him so that you guys can talk. You know, and I said, Egbon, I don't want to talk to Falz. Then he said, no, you need to hear what he wants to say, you know. And then I sent Falz a message. We got on a call. And then when we got on the call, then he said he wasn't happy. Then I said, how far? Then he started talking, you know. I said, he said he was started talking about defamation, that he wasn't happy. Then I said, Falz, I thought you're calling me to tell me your own side of the story so that I will know what's up, you know. But I don't understand what's going on now. So at a point in the conversation, I felt like Falz was recording me, you know. And then I said, Falz, I feel like you're recording me. I feel like you're trying to get evidence from me or trying to make me say something so that you can hold me by my wrist, you know. And then when I said it, he could not defend that, you know. Then he went on saying things like, since you know me on social media or my family, have you ever heard anything negative about myself or my father? I said, I have never heard anything negative about your father, Femi Falana. However, you yourself have heard something negative about you. Then he said, what have you heard about me? Then I said, my bro, it is for my own consumption and not for me to tell you, you know. So it was almost as if he was trying to pick my brain to know what I know and the length of things that I know. Well, anyways, that's by the way. Then the whole conversation ended up with me telling Falz that, thank God you are a lawyer, so you will not need to pay a lawyer to stand for you in court. But as for me, I did not defame you, and I'm standing that I did not defame you. So I will see you in court. That's number one. Number two, I did not read what Falz posted until later. And then when I read what Falz posted, I said, wait a minute. Bobrisky is saying that the voice call was fake. And now Falz is confirming that Bobrisky, they actually had a call. You understand? The only difference is that he's saying that Bobrisky was the one that called him, while Bobrisky is saying that it's Falz that called him. Falz is saying Bobrisky has him for 3 million. Bobrisky is saying that Falz said he should pay a lawyer with his father 10 million naira. Do you understand? Now, what I expect Falz to do, instead of addressing that letter to me, I expected you to address that letter to Bobrisky, requesting that he should clear your name off that voice call, and he should clear Uncle Falana's name off that call, not you coming for me. Do you understand? I wasn't the one in the record. Do you understand? My reason for posting that is to expose corruption. The corruption that states that Bobrisky used his mouth to say that instead of taking him to prison, that they took him to a private lodge. That EFCC collected 15 million naira from him to drop an allegation and to drop a charges that said he laundered money. Do you understand? And inside all this thing is calling your name, and you are sending a letter to me. I would expect you to send that letter to Bobrisky. Do you understand? To be very honest, I did not defame Falz and Uncle Femi Falana. Now, that's on the side. Now, as it stands like this, I am standing my ground to say, I still want to know what went down. Because going back to everything now, I saw there's a picture of Bobrisky online where he carried luggage. You dey go prison, you carry luggage. Secondly, who gave Bobrisky a phone to make call inside prison? Because they don't lock me up before. They remand me for Kuje prison now. I know, say if you want make call to your family, it go take you a process of telling one of the prison wardens to say you want make call, or bring you outside. They'll give you a phone. If you remember the number, fine and good. If you don't remember the number, turn you sabi. Then you can now call the person you want to call. So how did Bobrisky get a phone to call Falz, and he's requesting that Falz will give him 3 million? Again, another question is this: which officer charged Bobrisky 3 million for VIP cell? We need to know. Do you understand? We need to know which officer charged Bobrisky 3 million. Because when they get all these amounts for, say they'll collect 10 million, may they clear a name from the crime where he commits by a presidential pardon. You understand? So, my dear brother Falz, I did not defame you, and I will expect you to channel this energy to Bobrisky that called your name in that recording. And as for Bobrisky, like I said, I will post another recording from a totally different person entirely. Mind you, the first video I posted, I did not even post it complete. There are other side of the video. But I will post another one again today. I'll post another one again today. I'll post another one again today, confirming that this guy, man, through no go prison. So is it that prison is for us, where we no get people? It's prison for us, the poor masses. It's prison for us, the people that don't have connection. Who is this Bobrisky's godfather that also influenced the clearing of his charges, his money laundering charges? So that is my question. Do you understand? It's pretty simple. I want to know what really happened, and I believe a lot of Nigerians want to know. That being said, some Nigerians, I see comments like, is Bobrisky the problem of the country? No, Bobrisky is not the problem of the country. However, the stories and the corruption surrounding Bobrisky is part of the problem of Nigeria. Do you understand? Now, just imagine Imagine if it was a whistleblower that said the thing about the money laundering. You understand? And tomorrow now you can't release the person, or you go put down for one lodge. That person where you put for lodge now can't orchestrate, can't plan the buying of the person where do whistleblowing. Do you understand? They cannot investigate the person that is inside prison again now. They go say, this one they prison. That means another person do them. They don't know say the person they outside. This thing is very deep, but y'all don't understand. It's not about Bobrisky, it's about the corruption. Tomorrow now you go carry your Habelu. Do you understand? So what if your Habelu pays and drop his charges and we think he's in prison? So how do you imprison politicians when they do wrong if the normal average people are paying to remove charges and are paying to stay in an apartment instead of a prison? Nigerians want to get to that brain. Anyways, you all better don't play, else you're going to learn. And you will learn the hard way. Peace.
If you watch this video carefully, first of all, you will see that the genesis of all this case is Bobrisky. Bobrisky went to prison. After, I think, almost 4 months, he did actually complete the 6 months. Maybe got pardon and was released. Now that he's released, the only thing he could ever imagine is to start spilling out everything that happened during the time he was in prison. Now, Bobrisky is not a VIP person. But how did he get that pardon to be living in a well-tush apartment? Not in the correctional center, but close to correctional center. They just rent apartment for him. No wonder, because if you see what VDM posted, you saw that he carried the luggage. When somebody is going to prison, but he carried almost about 3 luggage. But normally in prison, you only have your uniform, 1 uniform and nothing more. The things that you put on while coming to the prison, it will stay in the counter. Immediately after you serve your jail terms, they give you, even if it is wristwatch, gold, whatever it is, because they will write everything down, they hand it back to you. But this one carried luggage, makeup, phones, everything was with him. Nobody knew what happened though, but he came out. You were owing somebody money. Instead of you to pay that money gingerly, you refuse to pay, but now all the case, you drag it here. After the whole case landed on the desk of VDM, it was not then you went to go and pay. We'll make a video about it. If you have not watched it, go to our platform. You will see that particular video whereby we talk about the genesis of this whole case. After Bobrisky did all of that, now Falz the bad guy is taking it to the next level and say, I will sue VDM. If you sue VDM, bro, you self will be in court and you want to explain how you got to that level of not allowing Bobrisky to go to prison. At the end of the day, that career you are trying to protect will have to be deranged. And at the end, everybody will now know that you are not just really Falz the bad guy in music, you're also Falz the bad guy in reality. And that the legacy and the integrity of your father will now be in the public space for people to be determined either they will still respect him as a human rights activist or as a senior advocate of Nigeria. But my own personal advice for him right now is not you trying to look for a way to pin VeryDarkMan down, like, okay, what this guy is saying, you call him on phone, you are recording him, trying to use words to get some certain information from him. At the end of the day, you now have a lot of evidence, then you now sue him and say, this is what he said. But thank God the guy is smart and he knew your plan. But as it is so now, the guy have decided to say you will go to court and you will explain in court how all this thing got to be. So if there's any other updates, definitely we as a Plan B TV will definitely come back to you guys and give you. So the only thing you're going to do for you to get this latest update, if you have not subscribed, please go and subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you wouldn't miss out our future updates. If you have subscribed before, please just click on the bell button so that anytime we upload, you also get a notification at once. All right, guys, I love you guys. This is when I'm going to be ending the video today. Remember, God love you more. If you love us, the only way you can show your love to us is to subscribe, like this video, comment your thoughts about this video, share this video to all your platforms. But above it all, like I will always say, is for you to subscribe. If you do, turn on your notification bell. I love you guys. Until we meet again, peace out. Don't worry, if there's any other updates, definitely I will come to give you guys. They will go to court. At that court, we'll see it to end.
You, God don't cast you. You are alive for people say you go meet person for kiwi. I'm a little bit there. Whoa, you are finished. But I love you so much. Go and serve your consequence. I beg. Go and serve. Nothing is
happening now. Nothing is happening.
I see your name on the blogger people. They say,
no man now. Oh no man.
Why come they live or say person take kiwi? I know that there.
Did I say anything? Did I lie?
You say you go and meet some for kiwi that time.
I did not lie now.
Vance, please. Show me. I don't want. Come meet them. What's me? God bless you. God bless you. Miriam, 100 for you, Jerry. I be police. Where go police is so clear.
In order to ensure that the integrity of the judiciary is maintained, I will ensure that the code of conduct is fully complied with. I will ensure that there is zero tolerance. The necessary action will be taken once it is brought to the attention of the National Judicial Council. It's a privilege. It's not a right, and that privilege could be withdrawn if it is abused. So in any of these situations, the courts too will use their own powers. We do have powers where a matter is sub judice and somebody goes out in public on the television station, media, social media, to comment on those cases, because it does have a negative effect on the administration of justice, on how we handle our cases. Because when you then give a judgment, the way it is assessed is based on what has been in social media. But notwithstanding that, I would say that judges know the oath they have taken and will abide by that oath and not be influenced by social media.